Using more creativity for effective marketing. This is Ken Boyd. So one way to get your product or service noticed is to do something unusual or unexpected. And if you have a small marketing budget, this type of radical thinking is even more important. In early 2023, many businesses are struggling. We have inflation, supply chain problems, dogs and cats living together. It's really tough out there from a business standpoint. So what do you do about it? Well, this brings us to Genghis Khan. If you ask most people about Genghis Khan, they might say, oh, that's the barbarian who attacked and pillaged cities and was a monster. According to 23andMe, everyone in the world is distantly related to Genghis Khan. That's the typical reaction. Turns out there's far more to Genghis Khan, according to a brilliant book that I'm reading, Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World. Here's a quote from the introduction. In 25 years, the Mongol Khan's army subjugated more lands and people than the Romans conquered in 400 years. At its zenith, Khan's empire covered between 11 and 12 million contiguous square miles. Amazing. So how did he do it? Well, Genghis Khan may have been one of the greatest out-of-the-box thinkers ever. The Mongols are a nomadic people, and their success arose from cohesion and discipline. They specialize in confusing and disrupting the enemy. Winning by clever deception or cruel trickery is still winning, according to Mongols who rode with Genghis Khan. Rather than gather all their forces for a single attack, they would split up, attack from all directions, and just as quickly withdraw. Mongols would pretend to withdraw from a city siege, leaving much of their equipment. When the enemy opened the gates to get the Mongol equipment, Genghis Khan would attack the open city gates. And my personal favorite, if the Mongols were surprised or overtaken on patrol, they usually carried some valuable items with them to strew on the ground as they escaped. The enemy invariably broke ranks to retrieve the goods, often fighting amongst themselves, and that allowed the Mongols to escape. Pretty sneaky, I think. Okay, so you might need some inspiration to take risks and get more attention on your business. And here are some creative examples from a great article I found in Market Dive. 2022 marketing ideas. Happy Meals for Adults. Inspired by a viral tweet reflecting on how quickly time flies by, McDonald's in September of 22 introduced Happy Meals for Adults. The campaign came to be a poster child for a period when many brands have cranked up the nostalgia factor to provide weary customers a reprieve. I have a strong memory buying Happy Meals for my kids, and I would imagine that there are millions of people who feel the same way for nostalgia. Leveraging Stranger Things. I think I may be the only human on the planet who hasn't watched all of Stranger Things. The constant tension got to me after a while, but I love the series. Incredibly creative and compelling. So another quote, Stranger Things conquered culture earlier this year with its fourth season, which quickly rose, this is an amazing statistic, to be the most watched English language series in Netflix history. With the return of the 80 crazed blockbuster came a slew of brand integrations, and none stood out more than Domino's partnership with the streamer. The ad agencies launched a mind ordering app meant to mimic the telekinetic powers of the protagonist 11, leveraging a mixture of facial and eye tracking technology to let customers request pizza using gestures. So it combines new technology with the popularity of Stranger Things. Very creative. And the last one, Dolph Lundgren deepfake. Procter & Gamble's Old Spice in February dropped a campaign that spoofs over-the-top action movies from the era with the help of Dolph Lundgren, who you may remember from a lot of action movies. Well, it was sort of Dolph Lundgren. One reason spots made an impact was their use of deep fake technology. In one commercial, a striking young Lundgren reaches out to save an adversary dangling from a pipe, only to have buckets of sweat pour from its armpits, a sign he wasn't using Old Spice's new Defense Dry Spray antiperspirant. So those are three great examples of real creativity in marketing. So don't show up to a gunfight with just a knife. If you have a small or a shrinking marketing budget and face heavier competition, do something new and different because it worked for Genghis Khan. For more great content on accounting and finance, you can subscribe for free here at my Substack.